restricted eating can actually be freeing. It's all about the mindset. I'll share with you how. So I'm just driving home. I just finished getting all my groceries for the cleanse coming up, and I was just thinking about a few things that I wanted to share with you. One thing that has helped me to stick with eating gluten-free, and that it's actually been fairly easy to stay gluten-free over the past 3 years, and this will relate to with the 7-day cleanse with all the food restrictions that are involved. So the biggest thing that I found is that I set my mind to that I'm going to follow it. So in the case of gluten-free, I set my mind that I'm not going to eat any gluten because I know how it makes me feel. I've learned how it makes me feel now. So in this case, with gluten, I know that it's a non-negotiable, that I'm not going to eat it. So if somebody brings donuts or pizza or something, it's actually easy because I don't have to use my willpower. I know that I'm not going to have it. And so when you know you're not going to have it, there's no decision making in there, and you don't actually crave it. So yeah, if there's donuts sitting there, I don't even crave it. I don't even think about it because I just know it's not even an option. If there's a gluten-free muffin sitting there, then that gets tough, and that's when I start to crave it because I'm thinking about, am I going to have it or am I not going to have it? So I think you can relate that to this cleanse week. If you set your mind in the beginning of the week to, I'm not going to have bread, or I'm not going to have cheese. If you can set your mind it's a non-negotiable. Might be easier said than done, but I think the first step is just kind of set your mind to that. And also, instead of just looking at all the restrictions, look at all the abundance of food that you can eat, like nuts and seeds. You can have beans, you can have tons of fruits and vegetables, sweet potato, even the sweet potato muffins. So hopefully this will help you this next week, and maybe it's something you can carry on with you after the cleanse. You might notice in these next 7 days that you really don't tolerate gluten, or you really don't tolerate dairy well. Usually it takes people 3 or 4 weeks to notice something. They have it out of their system for about 3 or 4 weeks and reintroduce it, and then they'll really notice a flare-up of some sort. Some people will notice in 3 days once they've cut out something that's inflammatory to them, or maybe you notice that you do fine. If you do want to really test gluten, you might want to do a 3-week elimination diet. But in any case, make note at the end of the 7 days, when you slowly bring back to a normal diet, notice how you feel. There can be many different symptoms of a food intolerance. It's not just bloating or acne. It manifests in different ways for different people. But so that's important to make note after those 7 days. And if you want to dive even further, you can continue on with the elimination diet. But I'll talk more about that in the after the cleanse section in the program. So good luck with these next 7 days. I'll probably hop on here again at some point, and if I have some more tips to share. Okay, bye.